This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, and especially at the moment, I do hope you're well. Just a little bit of fun today. I thought I'd run through my deal makers and deal breakers, things that attract me to a guitar and things that kind of turn me off a guitar. Basically, I'm old enough and ugly enough now to have kind of got settled in me ways a little bit about what I like and dislike, and people are always asking my opinions on what do I think of this, what do I think of that. So here's what I think of all of the things that you've been asking me about in terms of attributes and traits that guitars have. Please be aware that these are just my opinions, okay? And if I happen to say something in this video that's, where I say, I absolutely hate this, and it's something that you love about the guitar, that isn't a personal slight against you. That's just the fact that we all have different likes and dislikes, and as I say, people are always asking me what mine are, so here they are. Let's get cracking with the first one.
Fretboard Radius.
Okay then, fretboard radius. I like a nice flat fretboard. I'm okay with a slight camber, like the modern sort of Fender profile of 9.5-inch radius. That'll do. But 12 is better, and anything above that I'm fine with. What I can't get my head around is the 7.25-inch radius, like the vintage Fender spec. It's not because, bends choke off, although they do, if the guitar isn't, set up exquisitely well, I find. I think it reveals imperfections in the fretwork and in just the setup of the guitar when you've got that fretboard radius. It's not that's my main beef with it. It's just that it feels like as you're going from like the first string to the second to the third, or in the opposite direction, the sixth to the fifth to the fourth, it feels like you're clawing your way up a slope. It's that uphill kind of camber that really I find off-putting. I know the reason why people say that this is done, that this radius exists, is because it makes playing open chords, down the bottom end of the neck, all the old kind of campfire cowboy chord shapes. It makes all of those much easier to play. Does it? Really? I mean, if you think about the kind of guitar that those kind of chords most often get played on, it would be an acoustic guitar. And if you think about the predominant manufacturer, the world-leading manufacturer of acoustic guitars, you've got to kind of think of Martin, I guess. And if we take a look at what their fretboard radius is on their guitars, there you go there, 16-inch radius. So I don't really see where that argument comes from. I've never found it uncomfortable playing C's and G's and E's and stuff like that down at the bottom end of the neck on a 12-inch or 16-inch radius board. It escapes me. Enlighten me, if you like, as to why this is a good thing. But for the moment, I'm going to stick with my opinions on the vintage fretboard radius. Next.
Bridge.
Okay, let's talk about bridges, specifically tremolos or whammy bars or vibrato units or whatever you want to call them. If a guitar has a tremolo on it, then, I'll use it. Okay, it's just there and it's something that I'll use. But I don't miss it if it isn't there. It's a little bit like actually having a packet of chocolate digestive biscuits in the cupboard. If they're there, I'm going to take advantage. I'm having them. But if they're not there, I don't miss them. And being more of a fixed bridge kind of guy, I guess, I suppose the one type of bridge that I really, really can't come to terms with is the Floyd Rose or Carla or any form of locking tremolo. I've had several guitars with them on, and the one issue that I've always had with this design of bridge, which is supposed to be there to aid tuning stability, the one issue I've always had is tuning stability. You start off tuning the strings at 1 and using little thumb wheels on the bridge. You start off using tuning like the 6th string, and by the time you've got to the 1st string, the 6th's out of tune again. It's like painting the 4th bridge. It's by the time you've finished, it's time to start again. And I know many people swear by them and get rock solid performance out of them. And if that's you, good luck to you. You know, you're a better man than I am for managing that. It just seems to be an awful lot of faffing around to have to put up with in order to be able to do like a squealy 5th fret harmonic dive bomb, which, you know, it was fun for about 10 minutes in 1986. But as I say, it's not really something that's a massive part of how I play. So there you go. That's my opinion on the bridge of a guitar, what I like and what I don't like. Next.
Pickups.
Yes, indeed, pickups. Now, what I like in a pickup is versatility. You know, if I can get a big, fat, ballsy, sustaining lead tone out of it and then back the gain off, or even better, just back the guitar's volume control off, and it turns into a crunchy, bluesy, kind of Rolling Stonesy, Keith Richardsy sort of sound, and then, you know, go to the clean channel and you've got a beautiful, warm, transparent, glassy clean tone, then that's a good pickup. In my estimation. What I don't like in a pickup is when it'll do one sound and that's it. And usually these days that one sound is a big shouty high gain modern metal sound, you know. Tons and tons of winds on the coil and a big fat ceramic magnet there that produces that big shouty angry metal tone and very little else, it often seems. You know, you flip over to the clean channel and there's always a harshness there, and, you know, it never really kind of cleans up properly, and there's always that little bit of raspy breakup on there for me that always is a big turn off. So that's what I like in pickups, and more importantly, what I dislike in pickups. Next.
Body shape.
Now, more than anything else in this list, I am perfectly aware that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What I find attractive, you might find a bit of an ugly duckling, and vice versa. So please take all of these comments, like everything in this video, with a pinch of salt. I'm perfectly happy with Strat-shaped bodies, Telecaster-shaped bodies especially, Les Paul, 335, Explorer, Firebird, all of them, okay? I can appreciate the beauty of them and the ergonomics of them, and, just that the general aesthetic is always pleasing to me with most guitar shapes. Apart from one, okay? Fender offset guitars, Jaguars, Jazzmasters, all of those Fender offset body shapes, to me, they just look a bit lumpy. Am I the only person to think that? I know they've got this kind of retro cool thing going on, and I know that, many iconic players have made beautiful sounds with these instruments, but I just can't get past the shape. To me, it looks ugly, and I just can't find it in my heart to love that guitar shape, and I don't think I ever will. As I say, pretty much any other shape of body is fine by me. The Fender Jaguar Jazzmaster body shape for me is just something I will never ever love. It's Marmite, isn't it? And you're either a lover or a hater. And when it comes to that body shape, I'm afraid I'm a hater. Next.
Finish.
Okay, the finish of a guitar. Now, pretty straight down the middle for me, as far as I'm concerned. I like just a guitar that looks like a nicely finished guitar. Two types of finish that really kind of yank my chain and make me think, what? And the most obvious of those is when you get something like this, where, frankly, you're paying through the nose extra to have something that looks like it's been buried in a peat bog for 40 years. I don't get it. I never will get it. You can explain it to me till you're blue in the face about the mojo and the vibe and all of that, and I'm sorry, but it just looks like it's been, kind of abused and not particularly well looked after, and I just don't want a guitar that looks like that. Similarly, I don't want a guitar that looks like this either, that kind of overly blingy look. It's a very fine line, isn't it, between something that looks, opulent and luxurious and just crosses that line into being ostentatious. And a guitar that looks like that for me, I would feel like I would have to wear leather trousers and a silk shirt open to the navel with a big fat gold medallion. And frankly, I don't think that's a look that I'm going to ever carry off. Do you? So, as I said before when I was talking about, these kind of overly opulent finishes on guitars, watching me with a guitar like that would be like looking at a chimpanzee wearing a Rolex, and I stand by that. So there you go. Those are my likes and dislikes, my deal makers and deal breakers when it comes to what I look for in a guitar. Hope you found this video entertaining, and please feel free, as I'm sure you will do, to let me know what your opinions are in the comments section below. And just before I go, don't forget, if you want a little bit of money off the Fret Zealot Tuition Aid, use that discount code you can see on screen there. That's also in the description, as is the link that you need to use to make your purchase. And what else do I need to say? Oh yes, Friday, that's tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time, live stream. We have a beer and a chat and a laugh. It usually lasts about an hour, as I say, 5 p.m. UK time. Just a bunch of old curmudgeons sitting, having a beer and putting the world to rights. It's great fun. I hope to see some of you there. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Stay well, folks. Stay safe. And above all, stay sane. And I'll see you all next time round. Bye for now, folks.